Welcome to the second You Don't Need That Shit of 2025, but I think in total part 79, I think, yeah. And today is why I wanted, what the fuck? I wanted an intro to the video, but I mean, it's a You Don't Need That Shit. You know what a You Don't Need That Shit is. But, lip of the day is a lip liner. It's the Izamaya Spur Stick in Buff or Bluff? Bluff. It is, it's Bluff. Then I applied the Girl Code Lip Matte Mousse in G78 from the Meow Witch collection. Let that dry, and then I applied the tiniest bit of Izamaya Ultraviolet for a nice purpley hue going on. I don't think you can see it in the camera. In real life, there is just this ultraviolet glitchy effect on my lips that I really like. And on my eyes, you will see the look on Friday for the first Controversy Friday of 2025. But now let's head into the releases, and I have opinions. Not makeup related, but I was asked to talk about the WIRKIN. And that's not even a joke. This is the Birkin for the WIRKIN class from Walmart. The WIRKIN. As far as I saw from my research, it's completely sold out, but it's basically a cheap dupe for the highly loved Hermes Birkin, which in my opinion is just a crime. But honestly, Walmart, go for it. I personally like the shape of this handbag, but I'm just too poor. And I don't like the Hermes tactics here. So it's weird. It was not on my bingo card, but I want to see more of that, honestly. And usually I'm really not really pro dupe because I think a lot of that is stealing, but here in this case I make an exception, and the exception is there because of the way Hermes is trying to just regulate the market on this. I think it's just dumb that you can only get access to a certain thing a brand does when you spend a certain amount of money and when your personal shopping assistant thinks you're worthy getting one. And only then you can just wish for it and hope you get the right one. No, thank you. This is a ridiculous thing, and I know there is like a legal thing going on against Hermes because this is like against some cartel rules, regulations, whatever. Not really into that designer lore. I'm not rich, but I kind of like that. It was not on my bingo card, but yeah, Walmart, just go for the WIRKIN instead of the Birkin. ABH came out with a new foundation and a new setting spray. The Impeccable Blurring Second Skin Matte Foundation, a medium to full coverage long-wearing formula that blurs pores, fine lines, and wrinkles for up to 12 hours. This hydrating velvety matte foundation with precision blur technology contains hyaluronic acid for a smooth, flawless finish and second skin feel. So it's a hydrating matte foundation, which sounds good, but how many hydrating matte foundations can you have on your vanity? Look me right in the eyes. You have these already. You are allowed to buy this when your other hydrating matte foundations are empty. Before that, you are not allowed to buy this, let's be honest. I do like the design of the bottle. I do like the shades that they offer. I think it looks quite nice. There is also a setting spray that comes along with this. I think the price points are fine. The foundation is $46. The setting spray is $36. But the setting spray comes with 100 ml, not only with 30. So it's like Charlotte Tilbury price. It looks good. All the photos that I've seen with it look good, but I can't remember people talking about an ABH foundation. Is this a new era for ABH? Her latest or the brand's latest product have been good, so maybe we can expect some nice things. And here in this Trend Mood post where I got the screenshot from, there was the question, do you think that 2025 is going to be the year of matte foundation? Honestly, since I'm still hoping that colorful eyeshadow is coming back, I do think that matte skin will come back. While I myself am currently in the dewy skin era, I don't know what it is, but I wanna look moist. I wanna look wet. I wanna look drippy. Just like every year, Estee Lauder thinks that we are not really having it together and is just completely delulu. For the year of the snake, so the Asian New Year, they bring out a powder compact. Yes, that's not a joke. That is a fucking powder compact. Why is this a problem? The problem is that this fucking compact is $225. Like, what do they think they are? Ugh. This is ridiculous. It is the same level of ridiculous than this, was it not also from Estee Lauder? The gloss lipsticks, or was it Chanel for $150? No, thank you. Let's just move to the next ridiculous thing. I think this is the version like, you don't need that shake, ridiculous edit. The Pinpoint concealer from Lisa Eldridge. Oh, I can't. Where do I start with this? This concealer cost $34. When I go to the website, that translates to 33 euro for me. Okay, I kind of lost where I was because I just went down the rabbit hole on the concealer on the internet. So, okay, let's just start over new. This is the Lisa Eldridge Pinpoint Concealer. This is a concealer that comes in the format of a pencil. So, let me take a random pencil here, like my MAC. This MAC pencil contains 1.45 grams of product. Let's move on. We will get there, promise. This is a Charlotte Tilbury lip liner. This contains 1.2 grams of product. Oh, this is a Lisa Eldridge lip liner, and this contains 1.2 grams of product. This is a Glamlight lip pencil. It doesn't have a name on. This is a Sephora lip stain liner. This contains 0.27 grams of product. Oh, we're getting close. What I want to say is this concealer has 0.4 grams of product for 33 euros. Oh, that's where I ended my thoughts. The price. 0.4 grams of product. Not even a gram of concealer. I know this is not meant to be smeared on the face. This is pinpointing. But do you know what you can also do to pinpoint conceal? You take a pot concealer like this. This is by REM. Then let me take a matching brush. Oh, what about this liner brush? And then I coat my liner brush with this. And do you know what I can do? I can pinpoint. I can pinpoint conceal. This is, honestly, I just want to point out what the comments are doing. The comments underneath the post, innovative, genius, new, blah, 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 blah. This is neither innovative, nor genius, nor new. First of all, K-Beauty has it. Even the Sephora line I saw in the comments seemed to have this over 10 years ago already in their program. The Jones Road concealer pencil there, yes, it's a bit thicker than this, but what I want to say is, can we stop, please, just accepting this? Because this is not normal. This is not innovative, not new, not special. This is a pencil with a ridiculously tiny amount of product in there. That is a concealer for the tiniest spot concealing that you can do, which you can achieve with a brush and a pot concealer also. The only way on how I could imagine for myself to use this as a concealer is actually as outer lip liner to clean up, or to clean up maybe sharp wings. That's everything. But honestly, this is, in my opinion, this is cash grab. There it is, I said it, and I adore Lisa Eldridge. But I'm really not okay with this release. I'm really not okay. I think that the brand and respectively then her kind of lost track with reality. Like, we had these lipsticks. Don't come at me now with they're super recyclable. What about this concealer? In my Controversy Friday this week, someone is pointing that out too, with all this recyclable and super sustainable. How about that in these concealers? Like, are we now very hypocritical? And please don't get me wrong, I know that some of you already ordered this. I myself, I'm just not okay with this release. Again, the only thing where I am NYX had these. They were called brightening pencils, I think, and I had one. I had the light one I used to clean up. So this is not innovative at all. That's what I wanted to say. Am I tempted to try this for the lips? Yes, because I do struggle every time when I wear a darker lip that it is not clean enough. So it could be something to get. But then I also want to say, I never ever would buy this on the Lisa Eldridge website. Thankfully, some other websites now carry Lisa Eldridge, and I know that I can get their 20% off. So 20% off of 33 euro is 3,660 is then 26 euro and a couple cents, or 27. Yeah, no, 26 euro and 40 cents. That is still too much, but it is, you know, it's kind of below that magic 30 that makes it just unbearable and unacceptable for me. I also refuse to watch reviews on this because honestly, I think people can't give critical reviews on this because they're fangirling towards Lisa Eldridge. But that's just my opinion. Talking about fangirling, the ColourPop Twilight collection is here, and how is the status right now? Still, everything is available as of now, which I think is really, really good. The last time this happened, they were not secured against people who bought multiple of these collections and then sold them for triple the price. This time, they did everything right. And here it is, the ColourPop New Moon collection. Let's start with the most obvious thing, the eyeshadow palette. Oh, if did I tell you already? I got the whole collection. I think it went online here in Germany. It was 7 p.m. and 7 p.m. 30 seconds in. I had already the order confirmation. So could be the case that I was the very first one to order. Oh, I was so fast. And the shade names. The fucking shade names, they get me. I just read the name of the shade in the bottom. October, November, December. If you have never watched the movie, you really have no clue what it could trigger in people when I start to hum this song. There's a possibility. Sorry. Paper cut. Oh, it's cringy. I know that. I will cringe when I edit. I know you cringe when you watch this, but I am just completely hooked on this. Then we have shadow sticks. Not really my colors, but they're in the collection. Then we have two Super Shock eyeshadows. The goldy one is fine, but I'm much more interested in the red and black Volturi one because this looks a lot like an old MAC. I think it was baked eyeshadow. Did MAC have baked eyeshadows? I think they had. There was a red and black one years ago, but it's discontinued. Then we have two lip sets and yeah, just a golden Soul body oil. I don't know where to use this, but I like this. I think the collection nailed it again, and better believe me, once this is here, I will review this. I will do looks. I will just beat the shit out of this. Do I think this is a better collection than the first one? Absolutely not. But this is mainly for the color story because it's very warm toned, of course. And I just prefer this dead people look. And the first movie just has a certain thing to it. But I think it is spot on. It is a spot on collection once again. Thank you, ColourPop. Moving on to Simply Posh Cosmetics and the Snow Angel palette. I feel like it has been very quiet around Simply Posh Cosmetics. I personally think that the quality of them is really bad. They're dry, they're chalky, the shimmer's hard pan, not really good. And honestly, if you are consider buying this palette, Fog Garden from Cheer Up looks nearly the same, minus the shimmers. And wait, the palette that came to my mind when I saw this looks exactly like ColourPop Aurora Stroke rearranged. If you have the ColourPop palette, you definitely do not need that, and I think this is much better quality than Simply Posh, so easy skip for me. Last week, we talked about the Teased collab the Teased collection from Lethal Cosmetics with Dexter, and here we are now. I said it last week and I say it again. I think this is an unnecessary collection and I really hate the direction that Lethal Cosmetics is going. I do want to point out though that this collection for the theming I think is spot on. They did a really, really good job. The palette, first of all, the eyeshadow shades are exactly what I would love. And I eat my words when it's necessary, and actually I'm hungry, so I don't mind that right now. I consider getting the palette. Not for the Dexter theming, but for the color story. The swatches look good, and most important, I can appreciate, although I do not like this collection or the collab itself, I can appreciate a spot on. And having the palette in this box that looks exactly like the box where Dexter put the blood samples in there that he stored behind the cover of his AC in the apartment in Miami is just mwah. This is really, really high class content. I have to clap for Lethal Cosmetics because this is spot on, and I can just appreciate and I can honor where they did a good job. Still think this is not necessary. I still wish that Lethal Cosmetics would come back to their roots, but the other product that I'm actually interested in is that little bottle. It's a highlighter. This is a luminol inspired, so greeny, bluey, neon, like UV light looking highlighter. I couldn't find any swatches or any application. It's probably in their video, but I'm too lazy to watch that, so I would blind buy this. I think the palette is 49 euro or 50 or something. Lethal Cosmetics was never that cheap. They had a good price point, but they were far away from being cheap. And the highlighter I think is 20. So it would fit into the budget. It will release this week on January 16, and I still think about this until that date. I'm not sure, but just to tell you, I'm tempted, honestly, because of the very, very good execution of this, and because the color story with the gray and the red just speaks to me. Not that I don't have this color story, but I also feel like that this is going to be maybe an item that I could regret at one point because of that good execution. After years and years and years of asking, we finally get a shade extension of the Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand. Just recently, I saw a post on the makeup sub or the Sephora sub on Reddit, I don't know, where people were, or someone was asking, is someone genuinely loving the Contour Wand because it is so expensive? I don't think it is expensive. It's $42. Is it still 42? Yes, 42. And here in Germany, I think it's 40 euro or 38. It depends kind of on the like currency. But I do like this. I really do. And what I'm very excited about, they now have a fair shade common. I love that. Fair medium is the old one. It is a tad bit too dark for me. So I honestly once this lands here, I will pick up Fair. And if you want to pick that up, shameless ad, of course, you can save 15% with my code. It's all in the info box down below, all linked. Also other affiliate links and stuff, even though where I maybe don't have a code. But in total, we just have new shades. Before that, we had Fair Medium, and I think Medium Tan or Medium Deep was the other one. Now we have Fair, Fair Medium, Medium, Medium Tan, Tan, Tan Deep, and Deep. Was that too much to ask for? I don't think so. I'm very happy that this has happened. It's a tough week. Patrick, the mold king, Patrick Ta, the one that is giving us the best of the best of the best when it comes to mold experiences, is coming out with new blush duos. And you guessed it, the red one. The red one is it. The red one is getting me. That one is fucking tempting. The problem is, I have a red blush. Let me show you. I'm wearing it today. It's the Red Chamber X Heinz Ketchup. Available on Look Healthy store with the code ELLAGRAM for 12% off. Be quick. This is strictly limited. Once this is sold out, it's gone. I have a red blush and I have a red powder blush, but I have only one and I don't have all those. But on the other hand, I just don't like Patrick Ta. I don't want to support him. I bought the duos, the eyeshadow duos, just out of curiosity. I'm happy with them. I'm satisfied with what I have here, except for one, but that I already gave away. But oh no, I skipped that. Okay, I just saw here a slide where it is described. And first of all, the shade code she left me unread. Okay, that's actually funny. And it's described as a warm, vivid red. But at the same time, it's meant to be a true red. A true red is not a warm, vivid red. So no, I'm out. It's a warm red. I'm done. Warm reds will look actually orange on me. So, okay, I talked myself out. Thank you. Moving on to the next one. I know, it goes like boom, boom, boom today. There is a new TikTok sound. I don't know if it's a new song or if they just pulled it out from the depth of the archives, but a Kendrick Lamar song, and it's now constantly trending with like pictures, and it says boom bop beep bum boom bop bum. I don't know, but now it's in my head, and why am I so all over the place? Blendbunny Cosmetics is coming out with the plastic palette, and I can't believe that I say this. It looks like a Jeffree Star palette, and I was very thrown off by that. I don't know what it is, but it looks so much like that. Let me read what she wrote. Designing this palette was an absolute blast. I've been loving smaller color stories and breaking out of the usual. Props for that, by the way. Finding ways to condense a color story that works together but also inspires you to bring in pops of uniqueness has been so inspiring. Plastic was designed with a mental mood board of facets, in the beauty industry, hints of Nip Tuck and Mean Girls, and the ongoing pursuit of perfection, beauty, and youth that we as modern-day feed-scrolling humans face. I had the idea of bringing in flesh nude tones with pops of hot pink and even icy teal shimmers to perfect the little hot girl palette. Why? Okay. Shade Cloud Chazen is a gorgeous berry toned multi-chrome, and Plastic is a stunning pink gold multi-chrome. Pans are magnetic. So Blendbunny basically fulfilled the wishes here with this palette of a lot of people. Magnetic pans, which I couldn't care less, and smaller palettes. So before I only say negative things about this palette, I like that way. I do like smaller palettes. I do like that it's not a collab palette. I do like that she followed an inspiration, and this is what Blendbunny was all about years ago. But the color story is just not for me, and I have such intense Jeffree Star vibes. And I'm not alone with that. The internet is full of that. Of course not her page, because all the ass crawlers she must feel very full with all these people inside her ass. It's honestly, it's embarrassing how people are praising everything, not only Blendbunny, don't get me wrong, this is not a Blendbunny thing. How they are praising brands just to get that little bit of of affection from them. It's like this desperate boy or girl, doesn't matter, desperate person who is lusting after this little bit of love from someone who's insanely toxic towards them. Can we stop, please, throwing like gold bricks at brands and just throwing like prostitute us for them? I don't know, this is a very harsh word, but I very recently saw this with a bit of a different eye. I don't know why this never occurred to me. I'm not someone who comments a lot on Instagram. I'm honest. I'm the like type, you know? When you post a look, it's chances are zero that I will comment this, but I will like it. Or I will even share it. That's also a thing. I'm the like and share type. I'm not someone who is commenting on brands' pages and be like, oh my god, I love this. Or the one that I hate, screaming, crying, throwing up over makeup. When I comment on brands' pages, it's usually very critical and then I get blocked. But what I want to say here, major Jeffree Star vibes, that is really, really sad because I like the inspiration. The color story is not for me and that is absolutely okay, but I like the way where Blendbunny is going. And last but not least, we have the new palette from Nomad Cosmetics. This is the Bienvenue à Chamonix for a little après-Ski. First of all, I'm pretty sure that I mispronounced a lot here. This is a skiing inspired palette from the Chamonix Winter Olympic thing in France. I haven't seen the color story yet because when I'm filming this, we are a couple hours away from the reveal of the color story. I assume we have warm browns, we have icy shades, we have some blues in there, and could we have greens? No, I don't think that we have greens in there. We will have a lot of icy. It will be a winter skiing inspired palette. I will put the color story here and let's see if I'm right. Am I not? I don't know. I am, depending on how the color story will at the end look, I have two opinions on that. If the color story is something that will majorly differ from Fuji 5 Lakes and from Polar Express, I'm happy. Honestly, I don't feel like adding this to my collection just from the description, but I have to decide on the color story. If the color story is near to Fuji 5 Lakes and Polar Express, I'm disappointed. But if you want, we can do a in-depth color story discussion, maybe as a bonus video. And then I can maybe try to dupe this for you. How do you think that would work? I did this sometimes already where I took color stories of palettes and then tried to recreate it with what I have. I think I will film that next weekend. Post filming me, I completely forgot this one here. There is a new Lisa Eldridge palette common. This is called the Betty palette, and if I see that correctly here on the pictures, this has only shimmer shades. I think this looks quite nice. Honestly, it looks a bit like the Anastasia Beverly Hills, the Sugar palette. The shimmers are very, very similar. It has not been officially released yet, but here it is. The palette is called Betty, and there are lustrous, luminous, satin, metallic, luminous duo. So we have a duochrome and another luster. I don't know when this is going to be released, but here we have the first sneak peek. Thanks to anonymous person on Reddit who uploaded this. But that's it, actually. A lot of things, I had a lot of thoughts, a lot of things to say, and a lot of critical points, honestly. I feel like 2025 is going to be the year where people are, they are fed up. They are done. They are not willing to spend so much money on stuff that actually is always just same on same on same. And they are viewing things much more critical this year. And I mean, aside from those people who are literally just ripping apart their shirt and show their boobs to the brands and see, hey, see me, just to get a little bit of attention. Like regular customers, I feel that too with myself. I feel that too. I started to do a wish list, honestly, of stuff that I really want to have. Right now, there are 3 palettes on there. The Viseart Sereneuse. I'm still not sure if I buy this or not, or if I at one point will get this in PR. So far I haven't. And 2 of the new Anthony palettes where I am pretty sure that at least one of it will be a PR thing. The ColourPop purchase, yes, that was out of just the collection itself, yes. And the Dexter thing, as said, last year I probably would have said, fuck the collab, I would just buy this for the color story. This year, I'm just much more mindful towards that, and I really need to think about that if I really want to have it or not. What do you think? Let me please know your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out any of the other upcoming videos, and I see you soon.